I was speaking for the fact that the way that the law is framed is that I am still financially responsible for you in the event that you are removed from my life in the dissolution of marriage. And it's structured in a way from a place of responsibility, meaning it's still holding the person financially responsible. So I'm saying that the law should be rewritten to where if we're going to go ahead and carry out that narrative, then I should be able to still experience the marital privileges that I had as you are experiencing some of those marital privileges, i.e. in the financial position.
I don't know if the money to be a provider is the argument. And I just sometimes feel like evolving conversations are great. Conversations that take on form and become cobwebs that don't really make any sense kind of become confusing to follow. Because the argument was not that only men with money are providers. The argument was only men with a high amount of money have to worry about alimony. Therefore, most other men who do not have a lot of money do not have to worry about alimony, even if they are providing. Like that's not the argument.
That wasn't the argument.
Yes, it is the argument.
No.
You just said majority of men don't have money. Quite literally what Bo said was that you do not have to worry about the alimony thing. So pick another issue when you want to bring up the issue of why men don't want to get married.
So pretty.
So that was
just point of information. That's all. Just a quick point of information. You're saying that Bo said that men don't have to worry about alimony. That's extremely specific. Bo didn't say that men don't have to worry about alimony. She was saying that men don't have to worry about financial harm, or just because they're not rich men, so they don't have to worry about divorce, right? Pretty much is what she was saying. It wasn't
financial, yes.
Yeah, it wasn't specific to alimony, because you can have the house and you can lose the house. You can lose a lot of things. You can lose whatever things that you have.
And she spoke about dual impact of a divorce. Both parties will lose parts. If you get the physical house, you still have to pay out portions. You have to pay the person out if you both own the home. Yeah. All of that was spoken about.
Yeah.
But I don't see what the conversation that got back to I'm a provider and I paid everything because that's what I wanted. That's kind of, that doesn't have, it is reductive in this specific conversation because it really does not have to do with the point.
Yeah. I truly think you're missing
one second. Let me just go ahead and finish. The point is when we're sitting here talking about statistics, which is what Miss Taken was speaking on. Actual stats, not personal experience, not anecdotals, not what I do when I want to provide. She was quite literally, very objectively saying men fare better in certain situations. That is objectively true. It just is. And unfortunately, when we're speaking to the logical gender, y'all just are not logicking well. You're not speaking on the logics. You are speaking on anecdotals. That is not logical. Because you are one of 8 billion humans on the planet. So speaking on yourself is never logical. I just want us to get to that. And I just want to touch on one more thing that True said earlier when he spoke about, if I'm going to keep providing after a marriage, then I need access. Y'all need to stop admitting on Beyonce's internet that you guys are tricks. You need to stop admitting on this internet that you guys want to pay for cootie. Right? Stop it. Because the fact of the matter is that when you stick to this argument of if I pay money, I deserve someone's body, you're admitting that you are pro-prostitution. You do not get access. You do not get access to a woman's body because you give money. If you're speaking
why does she give it to us?
About a sexual relationship, 2 people are giving access to their bodies consensually. 2 people have to enthusiastically consent. When you guys introduce money into it, you're quite literally telling us you have to pay for it. Stop. That's weird. If you're saying that you have to pay a woman, most likely it is because there's a lifestyle she got when she was married to you, and because you were an overwhelming breadwinner, you need to upkeep that lifestyle per what men created under this patriarchal system. Once again, y'all created that. Or B, She has custody of a child that needs to be taken care of, that is now in her care, and you need to financially provide. It does not mean you get access to her body. That is weird behavior, and y'all need to stop admitting to prostitution on this app. Stop it. It's weird.
I just wanted to respond to what Pretty said because I know I introduced that. So I want to be very specific so we're not confused. I wasn't speaking from the standpoint of the financial exchange for sexual access explicitly. I was speaking for the fact that the way that the law is framed is that I am still financially responsible for you in the event that you are removed from my life in the dissolution of marriage. And it's structured in a way from a place of responsibility, meaning it's still holding the person financially responsible. So I'm saying that the law should be rewritten to where if we're going to go ahead and carry out that narrative, then I should be able to still experience the marital privileges that I had as you are experiencing some of those marital privileges, i.e. in the financial position. So therefore, I should be able to get my clothes washed. I should be able, in the event, to get buns if I want to. And if I want to, yeah.
Well, maybe that's the reason you got married.
Prostitution again.
That's exactly the reason why men don't want marriage.
You finish.
That's exactly the reason why men don't want marriage.
Let them finish, y'all.
But that's the reason why it is being treated and reacted in a way, because from a logical perspective, it doesn't make sense to have to pay you and endorse and hold your lifestyle if you're no longer here, especially in the event that you decide to leave. If you do not want to be married, that's fine. Let's part ways. Let's separate. But under no circumstances, and I get what you're saying because I'm going to be genuine, if there are children involved, then we need to figure out what's equitable. But the law is not structured in that way, and we need to stop being disingenuous.
True.
The law is structured in a way to benefit, in this situation, the woman in the event that she leaves. Now,
True.
when we
can I sprinkle something on top of your point, True? Also, because what she's saying,
quickly, man, really quick.
But if you told your wife, hey, I'm no longer paying the bills, your wife would withhold sex from you. So does that make her a whore and a prostitute if she withholds sex from you because you're withholding money?
If a woman withholds sex from you just because you are withholding money, that, first of all, that's weird. But you saying you're not going to pay the bills anymore in a house you live in is even more weird.
Please answer the question.
So, like, yeah, like, why would you stop paying bills? You want to turn off the lights?
You didn't answer the question.
Quit playing. Women weaponize sex all the time. You need to quit being disingenuous, and it happens all the time. And it's talked about.
I'm not being disingenuous.
No, you are being disingenuous because the fact of the matter is, women weaponize sex more than what you're actually saying that they don't. So stop playing.
I'm not playing.
You know you are.
You didn't answer the question. It's cool.
What was the question?
It was for Pretty. I was pretty much asking if your husband says that, hey, I'm no longer financially providing for you anymore, and then in turn you say, okay, don't think you having sex with me anymore. Are you being a prostitute and a whore because you've declared that to your husband?
No.
I agree, but based on Pretty Intellectual's logic,
it's not the same logic.
you have to say that you're a whore.
No, it's not. That's not true. Not at all. That is not my logic in any capacity.
Okay.
If your husband decides to come home and say, I am not paying the bills anymore, there's so much more to be said there rather than an actual full-fledged divorce to where people have severed ties according to True, and the woman gets alimony based on the financial standing of both parties. And that man is sitting here pissed like, well, I still want cat. Like, that's completely different than you coming home gainfully employed and deciding I'm not paying bills anymore. That's not the same thing in any capacity, Monty. And I appreciate what you tried to do, but no.
When you say gainfully employed, what does that mean if you can define it?